Glenn Juday always wanted to be involved with nature. Once he arrived at Purdue as an undergraduate student, it was clear that his career would be multifaceted to match his interest in conservation, environmental policy, forestry, and wildlife. After completing his forest management degree in 1972, he contributed to the plan for an Indiana natural and scenic river system. Juday went on to earn his PhD in plant ecology from Oregon State University, studying the location, composition, and structure of old-growth forests of the Oregon Coast Range, and completed a postdoctoral fellowship in environmental affairs. While at Oregon State, he became the executive chair of the Oregon Natural Area Preserve Advisory Committee, working toward the creation of legally established natural areas in the state, a goal which came to fruition in 1978. He then was hired on as a research scientist for the USDA Forest Service at the Institute of Northern Forestry in Fairbanks, Alaska, while also working as the Alaska Ecological Reserves Coordinator. In 1982, he helped organize one of the first scientific symposia assessing potential climate change effects in the far north. In 1987, Juday transitioned to a teaching and research role as a professor of forest ecology at the University of Alaska Fairbanks, a position he served in for 30 years. His research included forest management, climate change, forest development and regeneration following fire and forest harvest, tree ring studies, and biodiversity and wilderness management. He has briefed or advised 4 presidents or presidential candidates and many other political figures on biodiversity and climate change, shared his expertise in media products worldwide, and earned the 2021 George B. Fell Award for accomplishments in the natural areas profession. He was a contributor to the U.S. National Climate Change Assessment and the International Arctic Climate Impact Assessment. He also serves on the advisory board for the Center for Legislative Energy and Environmental Research. For his more than 45 years of contributions to forest ecology, conservation, and ecological policy issues, Purdue FNR is proud to honor Glenn Juday with the 2022 FNR Lifetime Achievement Award.
I'd like to thank the Purdue University Forestry and Natural Resources Department for establishing this award. I think it's so important for us to recognize and encourage each other in our endeavors. There's sometimes we operate in more obscurity than probably is good for us, and so taking the time to establish an award, to identify people and to bring their stories to others, especially young people coming up in the field, that's a very good thing to do. And so I thank them. I'd particularly like to thank Jingjing Liang and Mo Zhao for the nomination letter that they submitted, and it's just such a generous act on their part that it really reflects a lot of credit on them, that they're observing and thinking and analyzing the people that they know and that they're working with, and that shows that they're aware and generous people, and those are wonderful qualities, and Purdue is better for having people like that. I'd particularly like to thank my family, and in real particularity, my wife, for all the support that they've provided, that she in particular has provided. A person who works in our field is sometimes involved in things that are a little different than the rest of the way society does things, like late nights, long field trips, the engagement that we have with our challenging problems that sometimes we are a little preoccupied at home. And but I know that I've always had a home, a secure place of support to come back to. And I just simply could not have done what I've done without that. And so any recognition to me is a recognition of what my wife has done. I'd like to point out that I've benefited from so many different people and institutions that were open, and they were, if not exactly all the time welcoming, they were at least a place, a forum where new ideas could be brought forward, where the exchange of ideas could happen, and where we could hash out through exchange what would be and should be the best that we can do in our service to humanity and to society. And finally, in any individual's career, and in particular in our field, where change and new developments have affected us so much over the years, over the scope of my years at least, that there comes a point, a branching point in a life, in a career, where you don't have any expectation, you don't have any prospect other than somebody noticed and somebody did something generous, supportive, nurtured, and allowed your life and your contributions to continue. There are just so many people that I have benefited in that way from. They just did a very supportive and a very generous thing. I can't possibly list them all, but I make this observation in the sense that I'm very, very grateful, and it was essential to what happened in my life and what I was able to do. And I just hope to encourage other people to be aware of that and to look for the opportunity that we might be able to play, to, however small the role might be supportive and bring out the best in people. And we'll all be better off because of that.